If we put our practitioner hat on or our CWM, our CW program hats on, we're not always going to have that viewpoint, right? And so I think it's this weird sort of dichotomy between this sort of, this not negative experience, but hey, we're not happy with their contingent workforce services and solutions. But, from our side, Jeff, you and I, we see so much innovation, right? We see so so much future leaning technology that to me it's just like, wow, like why is the perception so negative today, right? And um I do think that buyers, enterprise leaders, practitioners, those that are running programs, those that are part of the stakeholder team that runs a program, I think and again, I don't like to put any more pressure on them than they already have, right? Because, and I hate the phrase, the war for talent, so overused, so overused. I know, Jeff, you agree with me with your head shake.
Yes.
But these are folks that are on the front lines that have to deal with this stuff every single day, filling roles, filling jobs, creating new requisitions, scaling the workforce up and down. All of these folks deserve gold medals for what they went through in 2020 and 2021 with dealing with all of this. But I do think, again, not to put more pressure and more challenges on them, but understanding the full breadth of what their VMS platforms can do for them, right? I mean, I do think that there's still a bulk of companies today that don't look at the systems as these purveyors of innovation, right? These sources of progressive technology that are helping us get to a future state. I talk about the future of work all the time. It is my life. My wife gets sick of me talking about the future of work. She's part of she manages one of 750 hospitals for the largest veterinary hospital chains in North America. And I'm always asking her, what systems are you using, right? How is your payroll being managed? You guys using AI, right? This is my life, and I'm always very in tune with how companies are optimizing and leaning towards the future. And so there's a part of me that always thinks like, business leaders should always be on the lookout for where they can innovate and where they can optimize, right? Because at the end of the day, it's going to make their lives easier. And it sounds so simple, but that's really what it is. Competition, globalization, uh, business leaders have a tough time today, right? Up and down economy. And they dealt with inflation for a year and a half or 2 years, and obviously it's cooling, and Fed's cutting rates next month, this month, thank goodness. But there's so much pressure on them that to ask them to do more, I think, is not a fair ask. But understand where your external and your extended workforce technology is, where they can meet you, what they can truly do. Because again, not to take it back to services procurement, but it always boggled my mind that so many companies struggle with it. They can't get their arms around that spending. And it's like, your VMS can handle this for you, like soup to nuts, it can handle it for you. Why are you not looking at that? And I think that's the same thing with just VMS in general, right? Don't look at it as just another system or another technology that sits on your stack. And VMS is sort of the foundation of innovation behind how companies are going to optimize that.
Yeah, that's a great closing point, Chris. I think in terms of innovators like Flextrack and others, we're out there with this switch is more maybe more user centricity or program centricity rather than the way it started in terms of procurement centricity. So I think the work now that we need to do is help people, like you said, help our stakeholders understand how these tools actually make their lives easier and better. And maybe thinking through things differently might be a little bit of a challenge, but once you get to the other side, that's where the ease tends to happen.